Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take complex financial documents and turn them into plain English that anyone can understand, because in the world of business, understanding what's actually going on is your superpower. And today we're peeking behind the curtain of Coterra Energy Inc. And let me tell you, they've just dropped their latest report, and there are some juicy figures in here that might just tell us where this energy giant is headed. So what's the big news from Coterra Energy on August 4th, 2025? Well, they've released their earnings report for the second quarter of 2025. And this isn't just some dry financial document talking heads. You see behind me, it's a detailed look at how they performed over the last 3 months. Coterra Energy Inc. is a significant player in the energy sector. They're involved in exploring, developing, and producing oil, natural gas, and natural gas liquids. Think of them as a company that finds and extracts the resources that power our world, and this report is all about how much of that work paid off in the second quarter. The company's common stock is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol CTRA. This means that ordinary people like you and me can invest in the company. When we look at these financial reports, we're essentially seeing how healthy the company is as an investment. Now, this report is a bit unique because it mainly focuses on a press release about their earnings. Think of it as the company's official summary of their performance. It's like getting the Cliff's Notes of how they did this quarter. The core of this finding is really about their results of operations and financial condition. In simpler terms, this section tells us how much money they made, how much they spent, and what their overall financial health looks like right now. They've put out a press release that gives us the nitty-gritty on their second quarter earnings. This press release is the star of the show here. It contains their latest financial figures and the company's commentary on what those numbers mean. It's important to note that the filing mentions that the press release might include some non-GAAP financial measures. Now that sounds complicated, but all it means is that they're using some numbers that aren't strictly following the most basic accounting rules to give you a clearer picture of their core business performance. They always provide a bridge showing how these special numbers connect back to the standard ones though, so there's transparency there. While the filing itself is quite brief, it points us to Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release. This is where all the juicy financial details are hidden. We'll be digging into what those numbers suggest about Coterra Energy's performance and its future prospects. Remember, while this filing is required by law, the real story is in the detailed financial data they've chosen to share in that linked press release. So what's the story here? It's about how Coterra Energy performed in the second quarter of 2025, specifically looking at their revenue costs and overall profitability. They're comparing their performance to previous periods, and this gives us a window into their operational efficiency and market position. From an investor's perspective, this is crucial information to understand if the company is growing or shrinking and how well it's managing its resources. When we look at companies like Coterra Energy, we want to see if they're generating strong profits. Are they increasing their production efficiently? Are they managing their costs effectively, especially in a volatile energy market? This report helps answer those questions. It's not just about the headline numbers though, it's about understanding the trends. A steady increase in revenue and profit year over year is generally a good sign. Conversely, a decline could indicate challenges in production pricing or operational efficiency. The inclusion of non-GAAP measures is standard practice for many companies. They often use these to highlight what they consider to be the true underlying performance of their business, stripping away certain one-time or non-recurring items. For example, they might adjust for the cost of a big project or a specific accounting charge. The key is that they explain these adjustments and provide the comparable GAAP numbers, so investors can make informed decisions. So what can we infer from this filing? It's a signal that Coterra Energy is actively communicating its second quarter results. The focus on the press release means that the company believes the information within it is the most important takeaway. Without the full press release, we can only speculate on the specific financial achievements or challenges, but the structure of the filing tells us they're focused on providing a clear accounting of their operational and financial standing for the period. Now looking at Coterra Energy's position, energy company success is heavily tied to commodity prices like oil and natural gas. When prices are high, companies like Coterra can see significant increases in revenue and profit. When prices fall, they can face significant pressure. That's why looking at trends beyond just one quarter is so important to see if they are building a resilient business that can weather market fluctuations. In conclusion, this August 4th filing mainly serves as a notification that Coterra Energy has released its second quarter 2025 earnings. The real meat of the information is in the accompanying press release, which details their financial performance, including any non-GAAP metrics they're using to explain their results. It's a snapshot of their financial health and operational achievements during that period. Now, looking at these results more broadly, Coterra Energy as a major energy producer is always in the spotlight. Their ability to find and efficiently extract resources while managing costs is key. We need to see if they're consistently growing their production and turning that into solid profits. The energy sector is also undergoing massive changes with the push towards cleaner energy. How Coterra is navigating this transition is also a critical factor for its long-term success. A company that can adapt and thrive in changing energy landscapes will likely perform better. So what's my take on this particular filing? Well, it's a procedural step that points us to the real financial story in their press release. If that press release showed strong revenue growth and improved profitability while managing expenses effectively, that would signal a healthy company. If, however, it showed declining revenues or increasing costs, it would raise some red flags about their operational efficiency or the market conditions they're facing. The use of non-GAAP measures is common but always warrants a careful look at the adjustments being made. Alright, that's our breakdown of Coterra Energy's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.